morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I just love that little delayed reaction we get every time I try to. Oh boy, it is cold. This is the Jerry Hinkle program. I am. I have taken this off since last week. Don't worry. We are broadcasting from vlogcasting from the newly christened Ashley Kringen Studio. This is the Jerry Hinkle program brought to you by Warning Salsa. This program is not for everybody, and that is your warning. And this is my warning. Warning Salsa. That is very warm on a cold day, let me tell you. And it's a good thing we got it because it was 6 below last night. So that's why this is gone. It was 6 below last night. And it's supposed to get up to nearly thawing today. That's winter in South Dakota, February the 23rd. Yesterday, George Washington's birthday, the actual birthday of George Washington, which we celebrated last Monday. But George Washington being the father of our country, the way things are going, he might want a DNA test. Go on Maury Povich. And yeah, Washington is the only president that we've ever had who actually bragged about not being able to lie. I think no, that's not. Okay, that's not how it was supposed to go. It was, Washington D.C. It's ironic that Washington D.C. is named after a man who could not tell a lie. That's that. I'm gonna have to try that joke again next year. We'll see how it goes. Thou hast been warned. Okay. So what's been going on other than the weather? That 50 Shades of Grey is catching on. Like I don't know. I don't know what all of it. Some dude leaving the theater, or theater if you live in a big city, some dude was attacked after leaving that particular movie by a group of women. I wondered what all the hubbub was. I thought of actually going to the theater and seeing the cinema, the luxury here in beautiful downtown Mitchell, to see what was going on. And turns out that I didn't have to do that. All I had to do was Google. And when I found out what that movie was about, I'm glad I did not go myself. Especially, I did not want a herd of women beating. I wouldn't want a herd of men beating on me either. But my goodness, that the subject matter of that particular movie seemed a little quite disturbing to my Methodist sensibilities. Although it has, it's interesting that this all the stuff that was in that fella's game room. It's the only thing I got is a set of Monopoly, and I can't even get women's to come over to play Monopoly. Obviously, if I had $1 billion, I could get that done. But and the IRS just I just was poring over my W-2s, found out that I made $27,500 and some altogether with my 2 jobs, so that's good. That's 3 times as much money as I made 2 years ago, which we're not going to give Obama the credit for that neither, because I was the one that got the job. I was the one that did all the work. I did very little of my income come as either an indirect or a direct result of Obama. Of course, he is the man in charge, so he probably does deserve a little something. So thanks, Obama. Even though you did increase the gas up there back to $2.19 a gallon here in some places. Not most places it's $2.13 here in beautiful downtown Mitchell, so not too much to complain about there. So, what are we going to talk about now? We're going to talk about 50 Shades of Grey. We talked about a certain group of sisters who are on television all the time. I'm not going to talk about them. Just to say that they were in a car wreck, they all survived, which we are all sad about that. And so we'll move right along to something else. Let's get right into it now. I come across this nice little song. It's a rap, actually. And it was very big when I was in high school back in the 1800s. It goes something like this. I need someone else to do that while I do my rapping thing. Okay, so you think you're bad with your rap. Well, I'll tell you, Pilgrim, I started the crap. When you were in diapers and all wet in the sheets, I was at the Ponderosa rapping to the beat. Dun, 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 yeah, I'm talking here and now. Later for the cattle and rustling that cow. If I had a chance to do a repeat, you can bet your sweet baby I'd be rapping to the beat. Dun, dun, dun. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Santa Barbara, that is. This is back in the 80s, remember. This is swimming pools and movie stars. Well, the next thing you know, old Ron's the president. The kinfolk said, Ron, move away from there. They said in the White House is where you ought to be. So we loaded up the Lincoln and he moved to D.C. Washington, that is. Swimming pools and movie stars. I said that part already. Foreign dignitaries taking a trip. Diplomats politicians taking a sip. High tax and plenty Cadillacs. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. Remember. Yeah, you see me on my web show doing my thing, but deep in my heart I wanted to sing. Way down upon the Swanee River, far, far away. Tidwillow, tidwillow, tidwillow. I don't think that's your style, but I'll tell you, Pilgrim, I'm versatile. Amy Van Camp, Amy Van Camp, Amy Van Camp, let me rock you, Amy Van Camp, let me rock you, Amy Van Camp. That's all I want to do, Amy Van Camp. That'll get you revenge. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, she'll probably get her revenge in court when she sees that too. Okay. I can't. You know, the problem when you get to be my age is you forget some. I should have wrote some of that stuff down. I rehearsed all night and I still forgot some of that stuff. Well, there ain't too much to say other than, well, there is. Yeah, my secretary over there just reminded me. We want to talk about Dare to Share. I have a friend from Wesley who she's got cancer. She started out, just thought it was a tumor somewhere in her intestinal area. She went to get that zapped around the holiday time, November, December, somewhere along there, and come to find out that after she got her tumor zapped, that had spread, and she has stage 3 cancer. And so just tentative right now. I'm waiting for her blessing, which I'm hoping is not necessary. I'm kind of hoping that she'll be able to swing this without our help. But I thought it would be nice for our little web community of 11 people. Hopefully, we're going to need a whole lot more. But I'd like to help out a little, because well, Jenny is her name, and she and her and oh, tell you, you talk about courage. We talked about how I was courageous and dynamic back in my blogging days. You know, I crowned myself the dynamic, courageous, dynamic publisher and all that. These two kids have taken being dynamic and courageous to a whole other level. When it come out that Jenny's tumor and the cancer had spread to the rest of her intestinal area, her fellow Lance stepped up and proposed marriage. Now, under the best circumstances, I'm one who is skeptical about the institution of marriage and love and all that other crap. But I must say it is nice to see some of the younger folks stepping out in faith and declaring, pledging their troth, as it were. I should say pledging his troth, because this fellow Lance, he really, that's kind of a brave thing to do, to show that much faith in his love as well as their love. So. And so, anyhow, I thought we could do little dares like I thought for like $1,000 or $2,000 in pledges if we could somehow figure out a way to tabulate that. So I would okay, for $1,000, I thought I would eat a food shake made out of 5 digestible foods, edible foods, nothing poisonous, and I drink that down, and of course, to be fair, we would have Jenny select the 5 foods, since she's the one where all the money's going to her, so she should be the one to decide. Please, no vegetables. It's up to, like I say, it is up to Jenny, but please, Jenny, no vegetables. No. There's probably something worse than vegetables out there that I'm not aware of. But I thought for maybe $10,000 I'd dress up as a nun and sing "Sisters Are Doing It for Themselves." Because, well, for one thing, it'd take a lot of money to rent the habit, especially for somebody my size. It's not. I should probably do something about that. Interestingly enough, okay, and well, we'll talk more about that if let's figure something out. And the last little item of business I want to discuss with you is that the Jerry Hinkle program will be going on hiatus for about a month. We've got, including this episode, we got 14 episodes in the can, as it were. And so there's enough reruns for all you 11 folks and that are out there, and we'll see in a month back. We'll be back in April, fools that we are, and we'll see where we go from here. And I might decide to expand our scope, but we're going to go on hiatus for the month of March and see about it. I want to explore this Dare to Share thing, which we will do separate and apart from the Jerry Hinkle program, because I don't want. Interestingly enough, we could use the publicity on the program since there's only 11 viewers. Not that I'm complaining. I love all 11 of my viewers, even if I haven't met y'all. And so that's so. See you in April. And matter of fact, so I'll shoot. I should have looked at the calendar before I made this big announcement. But in April 1st, we'll come back and we'll do a joke show, and maybe I'll even sing well. That would be we're telling April Fool's jokes early, I can see. But okay, until then, this is the Jerry Hinkle program brought to you by Warning Salsa. And of course, your warning is this program is not for everybody, only the sexy people. So, God be with you. Do the best you can. And until next time, get out of my bathroom. You're invading my privacy.